Rain or shine, it's here to make you laugh. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. And now your host, Kyle Ruff.
Let's just do an hour of sniffling.
Hour sniffling?
Yeah.
I'm actually not. I was sniffly all last week, and now I'm finally okay.
Both road gigs we did.
Yeah.
In Denver and then in fucking Breckenridge.
I was a sniffly bitch for like
you were
2 weeks.
What I call you? A fucking sack of rancid meat. That one.
I was a sack of rancid meat. Still am to this day.
And I always will be.
And till the day I will die, I will be a sack of shit.
That's right. And then once you die, you'll actually be a sack of rancid meat.
It'll all come full circle.
And that's all life's really about.
It's just you were rancid meat, and to rancid meat you shall return.
That's right.
Welcome to Steamboat Comedy Podcast, everybody.
Starting it off on a light note.
I'm a sack of rancid meat named Kyle Ruff. I'll be your host, joined by Matthew Newland, as always.
Woohoo! We're back on the podcast, baby.
Back on the pod,
Let's
baby.
do it. Where's your fucking robe, dude?
I was trying to show off the billow shirt.
Okay, word. I respect that. Honestly, I do.
Speaking of which,
sorry for being so aggressive, dog.
Yeah, why don't you take a step back?
My bad, dude. I didn't realize what we were doing.
Big thanks to our sponsor, Billow.
Woohoo!
As always, we love Billow Premium Cannabis. Locals get half off on all the cannabis here in Steamboat Springs all the time, and the other things that they sell.
Is it all the time or is it just mud season?
No, it's all the time.
Wow, that's crazy.
They get discounts on everything always.
Everything all the time.
Everything all the time,
I think we did
everywhere
this
at
last
once.
podcast all at once, dude.
Yeah.
Which was a fucking underwhelming movie for me.
I can't believe you didn't like it. I love that movie.
I fell asleep during it. You remember that?
You did.
Mhm.
Everything, everywhere, all at once. It won like 10 Oscars.
Yeah.
And Matt was thoroughly unimpressed.
And Matt was everything, everywhere, taking a nap. Dude.
Matt was nowhere at all the whole time.
Taking a fucking nap. I was like, whoa, they got big fucking hot dogs or something. I was like, what is this? Who
The
gives
hot
a
dog
shit?
fingers got a little bit. It was a lot.
That was a lot.
It was
And
a lot of hot
I honestly
dogs.
don't remember any other parts of the movie because it was so fucking
Disturbing.
boring.
Boring.
It was quite boring, I found it, yes.
Well, it was very much like the journey between a mother and her daughter and their relationship. And I think that's where they lost you.
Yeah, dude, I don't have a daughter or a mother, so what are we doing
Yeah.
here? No, I do have a mom. I love my mom. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Shout out to Matt's mom, friend of the show.
It's not Mother's Day yet.
Yeah, man. So we're chilling. We're in between. Had some sick road gigs. We're down in Montrose. Shout out to the WKRFM boys.
Them boys are fun boys.
Them boys. Yeah, we did that live pod. I posted I think I posted a link to it somewhere. Oh, I just put it on a story.
Yeah.
Whatever. If you want to find it, just look it up. It's very cool. They got a little podcast in Montrose. We did that before our show, and then had a banger show.
Yeah, it was a great show.
A couple hundred people.
I felt
did
like a rock star.
the night before. I did that Breckenridge corporate gig.
Yeah.
Which was an awesome gig. If you guys want to get into comedy, if you slug through the mud long enough, sometimes you get a cool gig. And that gig, they paid me a bunch of money to basically drink and play Hammerschlagen,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
And do a couple announcements every now and then.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
do 20 minutes of dick jokes and
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You looked like you had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun, and they love me. Well, at least I don't know the one chick.
they love you, dude. Let's just.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't burn any
Yeah,
bridges.
they love you. They love you.
Yeah,
They love you.
yeah, they paid me. So
Yeah. That means that they liked you a little bit at least.
Mhm.
They're not complete garbage.
yeah, and we were hanging out with our boy Dave Williamson, friend of the show.
Yeah.
He'll be back here. He's coming to Steamboat. Trying to look at what I wrote on the calendar over there in March. Yeah, I think he's gonna be here in March. But he's an awesome dude, very funny guy.
Yeah, you did great. He was a great guy. I fucking hated it.
Did you?
Yeah, dude. You know,
Because you were watching us
wasn't
perform.
performing.
I know.
It sucked. I felt like a fucking loser, dude.
I tried to
I just
get you
came
on
there-
too.
Yeah, and then Dave shut it down, dude.
They were like, we're just gonna do a DJ instead. And I was like,
Yeah.
a DJ?
Fuck. No, I hate it.
Blasphemy.
And it's just all my ego and personality and just all my insecurities is why I hated it.
No,
You know?
I get that.
You get it though. You've been to a show you're not on before, and you're like, "Oh, I have nothing of value if I'm not performing."
Right.
So,
And
what
it's
am I
also,
doing
and you're
here?
always in your head. You're like, I could do better jokes than that guy could.
Not even that. It's just like I want to do it. This is what I do. This is great. They're doing the
Just
comedy.
let me do it.
They're doing comedy right now. I do this. And they're like, "No, you're not gonna do it."
It's
I was
like,
fuck. And also, it's a bunch of rich people you were performing for, so I was just sitting there like by myself. Like
Yeah.
I don't have anything in common.
it was a bunch of rich soccer moms from Breckenridge.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't.
That's your
fucking-
demographic.
That's
man.
not my demographic at all. I had nothing to talk about with them. But no, it was a good time. They give me free beer. So
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm bitching about.
Right.
It could be worse.
There's free food, free beer.
Oh, those meatballs they had.
Them
Were
meatballs.
meaty and full of balls,
Shout out
baby.
to a friend of the show, Wit and Wine at Timberline, and your delicious meatballs.
Yeah, put me on the show next time, please. Jesus, I was
Please.
there.
I could have done it.
Could have done a 5-minute guest spot easy. Felt good about myself, dude.
That reminds me, it just popped in my head. Our friend of the show, Sean Patton, has this bit about a guy who has a emotional support falcon,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
he brought it on a plane. And he's like, what if the plane crashes and the Falcon's just in the plane like, just let me do what I do. Just let me out.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what I made to do. Just let me do
Let
it.
me do it. Yeah, that was a great bit.
Fantastic bit.
Sheldon last night, we performed in Craig. He had one of my favorite jokes. I won't tell it, though. But I love that joke, the Kendrick Lamar one.
Oh,
I've been thinking about it all day.
you could
I don't-
probably just say it. I don't think.
You don't think he'd care?
Probably not.
No, he'd probably like it.
I don't know if the Grand Junction crew, how many people in Grand Junction listen to our jokes, but
I know it doesn't matter, but I love the joke, and I think I'm going to tell it because I love it so much. And he wrote it, and I didn't write it, and it's a great joke. He said, I don't do drugs. I did drugs one time. I did ecstasy at a Kendrick Lamar concert, and I got heart palpitations. It's been making me laugh all day.
it was a good one. Shelton, shout out to Shelton Holmes, friend of the show. He's the man. If you guys don't, if anyone is listening to this from Grand Junction, go support Joke Junction. They do like what we do.
Mm-hmm.
But over there, me and Drew did his podcast last time we were in the
Oh, nice.
GJ
Hell yeah.
as well. It's a good hang. New father. He had another one too that I thought was really good about because he just had a baby and he's always carrying it around.
Yeah.
And then he's like, sometimes I have to take a dump, but I gotta hold this baby.
Yeah.
And he's like, I felt like a terrorist because I had something strapped to my chest, and then I dropped a bomb.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good
fun.
joke.
That's fun. I love it, dude.
That's a good
That's
joke.
great. I love a good fucking
Shout out to
joke.
Shelton Holmes, friend
I
of the
love
show.
jokes so fucking much, dude.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we're back at it. We got I'll be up in Marquette this weekend, which is gonna be thick.
Yeah.
All the college homies, if you're listening, come out and see me. That's gonna be. It's gonna be weird. I don't know, because I haven't been there in a dozen years.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, but I've heard the
different.
town has changed, but I haven't we don't really live in a college town. Like there is a college here, but it's not like a big one and shit.
Not a college town.
I haven't experienced if I'm gonna feel super old hanging out with college kids or not.
No way. You won't. Maybe.
Maybe.
You will. You're a fucking young kid at heart, though, dude.
That's true.
You're a fucking young soul.
And
You're gonna fit right in.
I'm still so handsome, and so
Yeah.
no one will even know that I'm old as shit.
Are you gonna go to all the old spots after the show? You gonna go to the? Old
I'm gonna try the
Did
one.
you have like a fucking bar that you went to all the time in college?
Oh,
Was
yeah.
there like just one spot where you're like, oh, that's where we're all going?
The regular, it was called the Dog House,
Mm.
and it was owned by a rugby alumni named Dog. Shout out to Dog, friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Doug.
He yeah, because I played rugby, and he was like the old heads, like the old boys would hang around and stuff like that. So pretty much all the rugby players, they went to the Dog House. But the Dog House is gone.
Oh man, that sucks.
I know. I
It's a
closed like a
fucking
couple
nightmare.
years after I graduated.
Damn it, that's a fucking bummer.
I know, it's a big bummer.
Is there
and
a
then
second place one you can go to? Is there a second place spot?
I think Remy's is still there.
How many people are in this town?
Marquette, I
Yeah.
think it's about the same as Steamboat. It's like 13,000.
Word. Yeah, that's good.
At least that's what it was. I think it might be. Actually, you know, it might. Maybe the college was 13,000. It's bigger. It's bigger than Steamboat,
Yeah.
but not Steamboat vibes. Like there are mountains, but they are
Steamboat
small.
vibes, dude.
Steamboat vibes.
That was almost the name of this podcast. Steamboat vibes.
Welcome back to Steamboat vibes.
Steamboat vibes. The vibes out there are very steamboatish.
Very steamboatish. So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be interesting, and a couple of our homies, friends of the show. Matt Kobos is going to be there. I think Gillespie's going to be there too.
Oh, nice. Fuck
Georgia
yeah.
and Nick were going to be there, but they bailed.
They bailed.
They're bailers.
They got to be married.
Yeah, they got to be all married.
Like, we're
and
married.
have a
We
life.
can't go.
I assume that's what happens when you get married. You just automatically are just lame, and your excuse is, well, I'm married, so I can't.
Yeah. One time in college, I got so fucking drunk because I went to University of Idaho in Moscow, Idaho, friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
And right next door, 9 miles away, is Wazoo, Washington State,
Washington State.
friend of the show. And one time,
Was that enemy of the show? Is that a rival?
No, not at all. They were
Oh.
cool. I didn't. We weren't that fucking good.
Tilt your mic down a little bit.
You tilt your mic down a little bit. It was
you go.
tilted down when I started. We'll cut that and we'll cut that and
Okay, we'll edit that in post. Probably
edit
not.
that in post.
Probably not.
But so we went to Wazoo one night and they had like 3 clubs there. There was like a big thing. Like, oh, we're in college. We can go to a club now. And I got so fucking drunk there one time
Yeah.
on Adderall and Bud Light Platinums that I came home and I puked in my bed and then I pissed in my closet.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I've
And
never
then-
been a drunk like random peer, dude.
I've never have either, but that's
This is the one
that was
time.
the one time like I pissed somewhere I shouldn't have pissed. Well, not the one time, but from being blacked out,
Right.
you know. And then I
You
went
just pee
downstairs.
where you shouldn't, just recreational.
But I also there was a double whammy. Puked in the bed, pissed in the closet. Didn't remember doing any of it. Went downstairs, fell asleep, and then I woke up and my buddy was visiting. And I was like, "Where's Alex?" And then I went upstairs and he was just sleeping in my puke bed.
Oh, no, dude.
Yeah, he was that drunk too.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was a fucking rascal of a night.
Oh, that was a doozy of a
The
day.
boys were out and about that night.
Yeah, there was I think I told this story on the podcast like forever ago, but we had like one club in Marquette,
Yeah.
and it kept changing names because it sucked. I can't. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It was right across the street from the doghouse. So, Four Loko came out when I was in college.
Woo! The
And
original?
the OG.
Oh, that shit would geek you up.
So for the youths who are listening who don't know, the
Oh my
storm
God.
that was Four Loko was the first alcoholic energy drink, which they ended up years later changing it and taking the energy shit out because people were like,
dying?
some kids were like dumping vodka in it and then drinking it and they got alcohol poisoning. It's like, well, I think that was the vodka part,
Yeah.
not so much the borine and the taurine. But anyways, they took it out.
Regardless, it was fucking
Yeah.
crack in a can.
Yes,
It would
and
black you the fuck. If you drank 2 of those.
you drink either, you're done. And
Yeah.
we would pregame. It'd be like you just drink one, and that was a pregame.
Yeah, and you can go to the pregame and you're fucking hammered.
Yeah.
And you're ready to go.
Well, there was one weekend, and it's the only 2 times I've really blacked out hard in my life were in the same weekend, and it's because I drank 2 Four Locos before each night that we went out, and both nights I went to the doghouse to get I was like, I left my credit card there. I gotta go get it, and I went to the doghouse and I was like, hey, do you have my card? And they were like, no, and I just looked around and I was like, shit, did I go to that stupid club across the street? And I went there and my debit card was there. And that happened 2 nights in a row.
You didn't remember going?
Neither times. Like
Oh.
literally the second night, I was like, I didn't really do this exact same thing again, did I? And I showed up and I did. And I did.
Oh, that's so fucking good.
That place also had there's these brothers in Steamboat. I doubt they're still there because they're probably 40. They were older than me. They're the Dignite brothers, and they were identical twins, and they were DJs. And I was friends with one of them.
Yeah.
And so I would go all the time. I would go to this club, and I'd see the DJ, and I'd kind of give him like a, hey, like, what's up? And half the time, he'd be like, I don't know who you are.
Yeah. It's a coin flip,
So
dude.
you're just like, cool, all right, sick.
It's like, I still like the music you're
Yeah.
playing, buddy.
No, I just meant it sounds great. That's
You
all.
didn't write it, but I like what you're playing.
Yeah.
That's fucking great. I also forgot about that story when I got blacked out in Wazoo. I thought that, like, if you took Adderall, like, I could drink anything. I wouldn't black out.
Yeah.
Like, I would, and that, I proved that wrong that night, but my friend said he found me outside the club. There's, like, a grassy knoll just laying there, and he got me in a cab with him. So he saved my life.
Saved your life.
Got me in a cab with him, and then took us back to Moscow. And we usually go to the corner club is what we called it. And he said, I fell out of the cab. Like, I opened the door and fell out of the cab. And he's like, are you coming in? And I just looked at him. I went, no. Just walked home.
Just walked
Yeah.
into the night.
I still had enough sense to be like, I don't need to go to this bar right now.
That's good.
So I just literally fell out of the cab like a cartoon.
you just spill out like
face first.
like blood out of the elevator in The Shining. You just
Didn't offer to pay a cent for the cab ride. Just ready to fucking go. Oh my God.
I was just thinking when you were talking about that you blacked out and puked, I was like, I don't think that I've ever like blacked out. I don't think I've ever puked and not remembered it. But then I also just thought, well, how would I remember what I don't remember?
You don't remember until you remember.
Until you remember.
That's like one of my favorite things. When a friend of the show, Jared, used to always start sentences with like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you," and then he would tell you something, and I'd always be like, "You didn't forget to tell," because you're remembering.
Because you're doing it right now.
You're remembering to tell.
If you said I forgot to tell you earlier, that would grammatically make sense.
Yeah.
But if you're just like, I'm forgetting to tell you this, here it is. Like, no, you're remembering. You're doing the opposite of that.
That's a fun one to point out. The other one I've been liking lately is I'll be there with bells on.
I'll be there with bells on.
I'll say I'll be there with bells on, and I'm gonna have too many bells on. I'm gonna have so many bells on. You're gonna be like, take those bells off.
You're gonna be can't even talk. You're just like
they're very annoying bells.
Yeah. I hate your bells.
I've been saying that before I leave work. It's been fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun little bit to do.
I'll be there without there. People will be like, are you gonna bring the bells? Then don't come.
Good, I won't, because I'm not coming unless I can bring the bells.
Yes, that's me and the bells are a contract deal.
In my rider. What's the drunkest? Is that the drunkest you've ever been?
The drunkest? Man. Like I said, that's like the only times I really ever like truly blacked out. I'll get like the brownout. It's almost impossible for me to like wake up and not know where I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I always remember the end of the night. Sometimes it takes a second. But I pretty much always get there. One of the drunkest, my 21st birthday, I got pretty hammered. That was definitely some brownouts. I do remember going to bed though, because at the end of the night, me and my rugby boys, they dropped me off at my place hammered.
Yeah.
And I was wrestling my buddy Adam Wagner, shout out to Wags, friend of the show, and he basically. Like, the last things, he just, like, put me down in a chair, just, like, fucking, like, slam me down in a chair. I just went, ugh. And then I just didn't get up. And then I woke up with pee in my pants. And that's the only time I've ever got drunk enough to pee myself. So that's probably it.
That's probably the drunkest you've ever been.
That's probably the drunkest I've ever been.
That's so good.
Can't wait to relive these college glory days, man.
Oh, my God. One time, it was my freshman year in college, I was so fucking drunk during the day. We do this thing called champagne breakfast. And it's just exactly what it sounds like. You just drink champagne for breakfast.
Not even mimosas, just whole the orange juice.
You have your own fucking champagne bottle, and you drink it until it's gone. You drink another one, and then you go to hard alcohol. And then, so this was at like 2 p.m., and we had this spot in the basement. It's kind of like a garage of the fraternity I lived in for 2 months before I got kicked out. And we'd all just piss in this drain. And I was so fucking drunk that I went over there to piss, but I didn't take my dick out of my pants. So I just pissed in my I went there. I was like, I'm gonna go pee, and I went there, and then I
just peed your pants.
I just forgot one step, and it's a pretty crucial step to forget.
That's
when
pretty
you're trying
good.
to avoid peeing your pants.
Nice.
So then, I changed my pants. One night I got super drunk. It was just a lot of hard alcohol, and then we did ecstasy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Friend of the show,
ecstasy.
MDMA.
And I think I almost died that night. Not to glorify partying or anything.
Yeah.
But the last thing I remember was vomiting into a toilet bowl. And then my buddy said that they found me passed out by the toilet bowl, and then they carried me upstairs, and then I just woke up on a couch. And they're like, "How you doing, buddy?" And I was like, "Oh, not good.
No,
no,
very bad.
I need a bucket of water, please."
Yes.
Yeah. So that was
just
probably the
dunk me in a river and
couple
I'll
of the
drink
drunkest
it.
I've ever been.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
Puked on a friend's backpack one time. I was so fucking drunk. Then he drew dicks all over my head, which I kind of deserved.
Yeah, that's when you do that.
Fell asleep in his room, puked on his backpack.
Nice.
His books and shit were there. Like, my bad, dude. Don't put your shit in your room.
What are you doing putting your books in your backpack in your room?
Hammered drunk, you idiot.
Yeah, you should know better.
Those days are long behind us, though, but you get to relive them, dude.
I get to relive them. We'll see how it goes. The place that I'm going to be performing at didn't exist when I was there.
Damn.
So I'm not even entirely sure where it is. I know it's downtown.
Yeah.
Like kind of close to where the doghouse and stuff was. So I've heard it's cool, though. I don't know.
Is it like a music venue, or is it just like a?
I
is it a
think so.
club or?
It's called the Ordox. It might be a brewery. I don't even know.
Dude,
Actually.
breweries love comedy.
Breweries love comedy.
Who would have saw that coming?
Yeah, right? We like almost exclusively do breweries.
Yeah, it's fucking. I never would have thought that.
Yeah,
I would've
almost
been
every
like-
time we're on the road, if we're not at like a club, then it's a brewery.
When I thought of like being a comedian as a kid, I was like, oh, comedy clubs all the time, and I had no idea it would just be pretty much exclusively breweries,
Yeah, it's really hard not
inside or outside. Who gives a shit?
to. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's because if you have food, which comedy clubs have food, but it's a little different. They're a little more strict on shit.
Yeah.
But like, then you never have to worry about competing with like dinner.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
There's some upsides for breweries, definitely.
Yeah,
It's a weird word the more you say it.
brewery.
I'm starting to feel like I'm not saying it right.
I always perform it at brewery.
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 Brewery. B-R-U-R-Y.
Brewery.
Brewery. That's just the Idaho coming out in me,
Yeah,
buddy.
see, that's what happens when you smoke Billow Premium Cannabis. You question words,
All day long. You do need to question more words.
right?
In this economy,
Question
with
this
the election
economy,
coming up, dude,
this-
you should
yeah.
question
You can't
all
question the
words.
election, but you can question all the words to make sentences to talk about the election.
Question them while we still can.
While we still
While
can.
we still fucking can,
Yeah,
dude.
until the wrong person gets in.
Yeah, and then we can't question any words anymore.
Or
let
you go to
alone
the gulag.
any policies. Dude, I've been questioning policies since the day I can remember, and that they might take that from us.
God. Not to point out one side, but there's a funny thing I saw today. Someone asked Kamala Harris,
Friend of the show.
friend of the show, if about something like her voting record
Mhm.
in when she was in California, and she said, "I'm not here to talk about policies."
Oh,
and it was
hell
like-
yeah.
I thought that was the whole thing that you were doing while you were campaigning, is talking about the policies you're gonna have.
Wait, that's not why I'm here. That's why they put all this together, but I'm not here to do that. Let's talk about how drunk we've gotten.
Yeah, let's talk about getting hammered.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it should be fun.
Are
We'll
you
see how it goes.
optimistic, dude? Are you feeling good? Are you ready for this election? Like, are you...
Yeah, I don't think anything
happy?
bad could possibly happen in the next week.
I don't think anything's going to change.
Yeah. Which-
People will hate me for saying that.
No hope and no change. That's what I'm hoping for.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people listening to this, the election will probably already be over. And so maybe you won't be listening to this because you'll be in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. But,
If you are listening to this, that means things didn't really change that much.
yeah, then the right person won.
Yeah. I guess.
I guess. Hopefully.
I don't know, I think I'll get up and have a fucking some yogurt and some granola and go to work,
Perfect.
regardless of who
Yeah.
gets elected.
Whatever happens.
Yeah, I think so.
Even if there was, someone was bringing that up on a podcast I was listening to, was like, yeah, like if your country's like at war, like people in Ukraine, like you still have to go to work.
Oh God.
Imagine just being like, I still got to, like my rent's due, as like you're just hearing bombs going off.
Yeah, going
like-
to clock and you're like, fuck, I'm late.
Yeah, right.
Dude.
And
All
they're
of
like-
this
and they're
goddamn
like-
construction.
You're right. You're like, sorry, I'm late because of the war. And your boss is like, that's what you said last week.
Yeah.
Like, can't keep using this war excuse. It's like, well, it's still going.
It's crazy that every time the war excuse comes, it's on a Friday. Huh?
Yeah. Oh.
Can't come to work on a Friday because of the war?
Yeah.
Liars.
Yeah. On a football Sunday, is that what it is?
My God. No, I'm excited for the election, dude. I honestly think a lot of good things are going to come from it, and I think everyone in the country is going to become a better person because of it.
Yeah, it's gonna bring everyone together.
I
They
really-
always do.
They always do. I really think a lot of positivity is going to come from this, and the United States of America is going to flourish, I think.
Yes.
I think.
A new golden age.
Or nothing's going to change.
Or nothing. Most likely nothing's gonna change.
Or it's going to be the apocalypse. Those are the three options.
Those are the three options.
And all three of those, I think there's a lot of glass half full in any of those situations.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Apocalyptic comedy shows. We already went over that.
Yeah.
Could be great.
We've already fucking got a couple of them in the books. Just
Yeah,
in
right?
case.
I'm trying to schedule them now.
Yeah.
I have two calendars. I have one for the apocalypse and I have one for not the apocalypse.
Just calling junkyards.
yeah. They're like, just depending on how things go, would you want to have a show in like a month? And they're like, what?
Like, it just call me in a week.
If
You'll
your phone
know what
works.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which they won't, dude.
Yeah, I'll walk over there because
phone's-
there's no gasoline anymore.
So we got to get these electric cars in the office, dude.
Mm-hmm. I want a Cybertruck so bad.
Yeah.
There's no reason. I don't need a Cybertruck. but I want a Cybertruck.
That's the American dream.
Right?
We don't need anything, but we want it.
But we want it. I want a spaceship car truck.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw a porno in a Cybertruck once. It didn't really impress me. The truck, not the porno.
Yeah, the porno was fantastic.
Porno was great. Great act. Both the guys were great actors. And, performers, my bad.
Performers,
Good
yes.
script. But, yeah, man. Should we talk football?
Oh, well, I just
Are you done with politics? I think it's all going to be okay.
Yeah, let's not talk about politics anymore before we lose more sponsors. Bill of Premium
we
Cannabis.
didn't fucking take any side on anything, did we? We won't know until we post this if we took a side on something. That's
well,
always how it happens.
Yeah, right?
We just say it's something, and then they're like, oh, look at these fucking guys. They're idiots.
And you're like, oh, damn it.
I guess I took that side.
Yeah, I'll watch it back later and be like, I guess.
I guess I took
Shit.
didn't know what I was doing. No one knows what they're doing.
Right?
Nobody does.
And that's why you should vote.
Besides Patrick Mahomes.
Behind Patrick Mahomes. Dude, well, he knows how to get flags. Well, we were just watching some football because it's Fat Boy Sunday.
And we're Americans, and
And
that's
we're
what we do,
Americans.
and we love it.
And we got to see the craziest play that's ever happened.
I think, yeah. It's
Yeah.
one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in my life.
Saquon Barkley.
And I've seen a baby born with 18 legs.
Really?
Yeah, I birthed him.
That's pretty impressive.
18.
Especially because you don't have a womb.
Yeah, but I can still have kids.
That's true.
All right? And I can still birth them.
You can still birth
We're
them.
getting off track. And don't tell me I can or you're a bigot, dude.
So Saquon Barkley hurdled a person backwards today.
That was crazy.
It was the craziest shit I've ever
It is
seen.
crazier than an 18-legged baby.
I was just watching it, and I was like, how do you even have that idea?
He did a spin move
He did a spin move,
into the back.
and the guy was going into the back, and he looks over his shoulder, and I would not be like, you know what my thought is? I should go up.
It's fucking wild.
And he
how
just
good
jumped
of a
straight
play
up
that
and
was.
that guy went right under him, and he landed on his feet. Hurdled him backwards.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
Who did he used to play for?
The New York Giants,
Oh, damn.
my
what
favorite team.
why
God,
did-
they're like, They're like, we want to give him $14 million, and he wants $15 million, and that's a bridge too far.
Yeah, we got to draw a line in the sand somewhere.
Yeah. And then a
Alright.
couple of weeks ago, he put up like 200 yards on us. So I was like, cool, thanks,
Yeah, like
GM.
2 touchdowns. That's so funny. The Giants were like, we don't want you. And then he's like, I'm going to go start hurdling people backwards,
Yeah,
by the way.
by your division rival, and I'm going to break your hearts.
God, that's so fucking sick. I did hear that breaking news in the NFL that come this postseason, when the Chiefs make it, because they will make it,
Of course.
when the Chiefs make the postseason, they're going to allow Patrick Mahomes to play in a bubble with just his arm free, and the only way you can get him down is if you push him out of bounds.
So you have to like pick him up and carry him.
Yeah, you can, but not by like the back of the bubble, because that's a horse collar.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And not too high on the bubble, because that's a hit to the bubble
Hit to the head, yeah.
You can't hit him too low on the bubble, because that's his bubble
Protect
legs.
his knees.
Right.
So I heard they're going to do that, and I honestly think that's probably the right move for the NFL.
I'm just picturing a bubble that's just covered in State Farm stickers.
Yeah, dude. For whatever cell phone company he fucking does.
Yeah, whatever it is now.
He's just in there making calls,
Yeah.
selling insurance.
Verizon.
God. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I heard they're going to let him play in a bubble, which I
thank
think
God.
is pretty exciting.
Because we have to protect him at all costs.
At all costs. How's he supposed to win the Super Bowl if he gets injured?
If someone hurts him by touching him, then the whole NFL might as well just fold. Oh, we could lose Taylor Swift.
We won't, though. She was so well established before all this Chiefs shit.
No, I mean
She's like the biggest pop star in the world before. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
yes, the NFL. They're like, if we lose Taylor, we're fucked.
They were fine before Taylor.
Yeah, they were doing just fine.
They just wanted a little more money.
I just want a little more.
Just a little more money.
I need more
Need a
money.
little more money. Let's get Taylor Swift.
We need Taylor Swift.
Oh, that Harry Styles is a cute young boy.
Yes, ooh, he will be one of us.
Maybe he can date one of the gay players.
Yes. Which offensive lineman will date Taylor Harry Styles?
Yes. We must find a gay NFL player to date Harry Styles.
Too bad Romo retired.
Ayo, bingo.
Bang.
There it is.
Still taking shots at the Cowboys.
Oh,
And they
man.
suck, and that brings me so much joy.
God, the NFL is so fucking rigged, though. I saw Max Crosby get a personal foul for roughing the passer on Joe Burrow today, which was just a legitimate good sack.
Yeah.
Made a good
You
move
can't
on the
do those.
tackle, hit him pretty hard, and they were like, how dare you
They're like-
hit blonde-headed Joe Burrow
Yeah,
that
he's
hard?
so handsome.
He's so cute.
He's such a cutie patootie.
He's so
You can't
cute.
hurt him.
He needs to score points,
Yes.
or else viewers won't tune in.
Yes. Even though they will anyways.
Yeah, even though we all will
Because
all
last
the
year
time.
there's like like 50 backup quarterbacks played and everything was fine.
We're all still gonna fucking tune
We're
in,
all gonna watch.
regardless of how many flags you throw. That's the other one that we were just talking about earlier. Was like Tony Romo's first year commentating. Half the fucking plays he would tell you exactly what they were gonna run, like to the T, to the motion,
right
to the side they were running it. And then I heard the NFL was like, stop doing that. So he stopped doing that, and he honestly became a shittier commentator.
Oh yeah, he stinks now.
Like I was like, fuck, he sucks now. But that first year he was doing that was so goddamn cool.
Yeah, because it was like, whoa.
And then we just saw him do it again today, which made me think of it. So I'm thinking maybe the NFL was like, dude, maybe actually keep doing that, because that's
Or he just
like
slipped up.
Yeah, it's a crazy cool thing that you can fucking do.
Right.
And NFL fans, I think, would appreciate that.
Yeah, we just need Brady to start doing that. Because, he
think
knows.
Brady can, though. I think
Brady
like,
can do whatever he wants.
Romo's got that kind of autistic like brain for the NFL, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he was just so smart. That's why he was so good.
Mm-hmm.
And he also banged Carrie Underwood, which gave him a whole lot of confidence.
And he banged Jessica Simpson in her prime, dude.
Oh my god, he is a legend.
He really is. And it's crazy because he did all that while he was gay. At least that's what the internet told me every week.
Are you going Carrie Underwood over Giselle?
Over Giselle.
Yeah, I'm going Brady versus Romo right now.
Okay.
We both know Romo's the better quarterback,
Yeah.
but as far as dating records go,
That's okay, fair.
yeah.
I'm probably going Carrie Underwood, bro.
I think I am too.
Because Giselle is all like, she's like a model, so they're all like lanky and bony
Yeah,
and
she's
shit.
like 7'9".
Yeah,
I
she's
think,
like
dude.
19 feet tall.
She's banging her karate instructor. I heard
Yeah,
from the
well,
roast.
she's having a baby with a karate instructor now.
Ooh, a karate baby.
Yeah, karate baby, the kung fu baby.
Motherfucker's coming out with a belt on, dude. He's fucking gonna be fucking.
Takes the umbilical cord, wraps around his neck,
Yeah.
like Johnny Tsunami.
First thing he's doing out of the womb is fucking bowing and taking his shoes off. Fuck
Do you think?
yeah.
Do you think he's like, if he gets older and he's like, "Mom, I want to play football," and she's like, "No, you will do karate."
You're gonna do karate. That would suck. Because he was like that close from like Tom Brady being his dad.
I know.
And if he's just gonna be like some fucking 5'8" like karate guy.
Just like a regular person,
But
when
I
you could
love
have
football.
Tom Brady jeans.
Oh, what a bummer for him.
He's gonna look like shit.
So close. I'm sure the karate guy's pretty handsome. I've never seen him.
I mean, he's almost got to be to if you can get Tom Brady's wife to cheat on him with you, you got to be a handsome son of a bee, dude.
That are like really good at karate.
Or really good at karate.
Karate's so funny for him to be good at too, and it's also funny for Giselle to be like, I want to do karate, and then have an affair with the guy who's teaching me karate.
It's awesome.
It's like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, maybe. We all know that's the in thing.
Is that what it actually is, or
Karate
is it
was
straight
like-
up karate?
I think it was karate.
That's awesome.
Like in 2000 maybe karate was in
Yeah.
back in the day, but
Back when there was the Karate Kid.
like 2010 once the UFC got big, it was all Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and you would have figured she would have cheated on a BJJ instructor, cheated with a BJJ instructor rather than a karate guy.
Giving BJJs to the BJJ instructor.
Ooh, Brazilian
And she is
jobs.
Brazilian.
Yeah, BBJJs, Brazilian blowjob
Jitsu.
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 All right, what else? I got one question for you. Would you rather work on the deadliest catch crab fishing boat or an oil rig?
Ooh, I'm going to go oil rig on that one.
Why?
Because it doesn't move.
Yeah, it doesn't, but it's kind of like the same. It's just not on water.
Yeah.
Like you're isolated on this fucking oil rig with no one else around you.
Right. Yeah, it's harder to get on and off of the boat. You
I
can
guess
just,
the machinery's kind of equally as dangerous.
well, I mean, could I be like a secretary on this boat?
I don't think they do that.
It's just
on the deadliest catches. You could be a captain. The captains just chill up there and try not to sink the boat.
Yeah. And drink. There was the one guy that famously drank like 47 Red Bulls every time they went out.
Yeah.
And then he died of a heart
He had a
attack.
heart attack. I don't think he died. He had just had a heart attack.
Oh. Well.
One of the bigger, fatter ones definitely died from the deadliest catch. But yeah, he would just drink a bunch of Red Bulls and smoke cigarettes. Sig. I think that was his name.
Sig.
Sig. I think that's his fucking name. Like tall.
And it wasn't short for like Sigmund?
I think it was
Sigmund
short
Roy?
for cigarette.
Cigarette.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
His legal name was Cigarette Mahoney.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one, man. I love the ocean.
Man, I don't know. You see highlights of the deadliest catch when it gets deadly. But it's not just a catch when it's the deadliest catch.
Yeah.
That doesn't look fun to me. Getting swept into the water.
Yeah.
That's a kind of a nightmare.
You could get the job as just the guy that like measures the crabs, though. That seems like a pretty chill job.
I could measure some crabs.
Right? That seems like one of the. But you don't have to get the fucking basket in. Do they call it a basket?
Yes.
They gotta fucking rope the basket in and pull it up, and then they empty all the crabs out, and you gotta measure them to make sure they're big enough. And I could do that part. I know how to use a ruler.
Yeah. I mean, I've been handling crabs my whole life.
Right, dude, because you never shave.
Because I got a big, disgusting bush.
Yeah, I think Deadliest Catch would be cooler.
You're going Deadliest Catch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still sticking with the oil rig.
You don't want the ocean.
No. I want to sit on a stationary object and look at the ocean.
But you're gonna be in like middle of Wyoming.
Oh, I thought we were talking about like an oil rig that's in the middle of the ocean.
Ooh. No, I was talking about like middle of Wyoming, like
Oh.
on land, like or North Dakota when it's like negative. It's still cold either way. But it gets like -20 out there.
Yeah. I just don't want to be in North Dakota.
Like you can't do the crab fisherman thing if it's that cold. Just 'cause
You'll be a frozen guy.
you'll be frozen and the waters will be frozen. I don't know how tides work. We're getting into science again, dude. I don't know.
The
how
physics
this is-
podcast here.
I don't know how this happens every fucking time. We eventually start talking about physics.
Here we go again.
I got some sentences that have never been said. You want to hear them?
Ooh, yes. Let's
we
do
didn't
it.
do it last time, so let's do it this time.
It's time for Matt Newland's sentences that have never been said before.
These are important for America during these elections. All right. If I were a pilgrim and you were an Indian, we would watch all the Karate Kid movies together, but we wouldn't watch Cobra Kai. That show is simply too nuanced for us. No one said that.
No one has said that. I don't
Fuck
think
no.
anyone has ever just referred to the Karate Kid as nuanced at all.
No, Karate Kid's not nuanced. Cobra Kai is nuanced.
Oh, Cobra Kai. Well, that's the same. The same horseshit.
Very different, but we're not going to get into that right now.
I have strong feelings about this.
Okay, I got another one.
Okay.
All of humanity's problems could be fixed with the correct nipple to armpit hair ratio.
Yeah, I don't know what problems would require that ratio.
All of them.
Oh.
All of humanity's problems. Literally all of them could be fixed with the correct nipple to armpit hair
ratio. What's your nipple to armpit hair ratio?
I got more armpit hair than nipple hair for sure. I don't have a lot of chest hair, but I do get nipple hair.
You get some big long nip
I
ones?
shave it, though. I don't like the nipple hairs.
No. If you don't have chest hair and it's just the nipple hair, then it just sticks out.
I get like the scraggly little chest hairs in the middle and some on the pecs.
Yeah.
But the nipple hair is so much more prominent that I'm like, I can't just be a nipple hair guy.
You don't want to be
I go to
hair
fucking
guy.
yoga and I take my shirt off and shit, and I don't want to be the
Ooh.
nipple hair guy at
no.
yoga, dude.
Getting weird looks from all the other yogis in there, like,
Yeah.
oh, nipple hair guy
like
is back.
nipple hair guy's here, dude. He's got a great head of hair, but he's also got
got
great
big nipples of
he's
hair.
got a great nipple of hair too, dude.
2 of them.
So I shave my nipple hairs. I guess that's the most vain thing I do.
That's the most vain thing you do?
Shave my nipple hairs, probably.
Mm.
I think.
I mean, I guess.
I also like look at myself in the mirror every morning and I like make out with the mirror, so that's pretty vain.
That's pretty vain. I take
But I think the
shirtless
nipple
selfies
hairs-
at the gym all the time, which is very vain.
That's vain.
It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
vain.
That's super vain.
Mm.
And you post them on
And
social
I
media.
post them on
That's
social
the
media.
Vain part.
That's the
just
vain part.
taking them is not that vain.
If I just kept them for my own personal record, that would just be weird.
well, it could be unless you're super into fitness and you want
And I
to
was
see
like tracking progress.
Yeah, but you're not.
No.
You're a little into fitness.
I'm into fitness strictly to be vain on the internet.
Yeah, dude. I love 2024, dude. Vote the correct person. All right, I got another one.
All right, let's hear it.
This is the last one. Are you ready?
Yep.
I'm locked, loaded, and ready to cry at the Western Idaho Fair this year.
You know, I could see, so specifically, I went to the fair a lot as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and there was some people really loved the fair, and
Oh,
they had the
yeah.
pageants and things. So I could see like a mom who's like all hyped up. She's like, my daughter's gonna be fair queen, and you know what? I'm ready to cry at the Western Idaho Fair this year.
Locked, loaded.
But locked and loaded, when you throw that in,
Yeah. That's the curveball we've all been waiting for.
they also do carry a lot of guns in Western Idaho. So she might be like, I have self-defense. I'm locked and loaded. And also, I'm ready to cry.
At
the Western Idaho
Fair.
Yeah.
The Western Idaho Fair is a big deal in Idaho.
Yeah.
At least it was to me.
At least it was in my
At
heart.
least it was to me, and it always will be. I haven't been to the Western Idaho Fair in 20 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Back when times were simpler. Get yourself a Pronto pup.
Yeah.
My buddy went there like 2 years ago, and then he sent me a picture of just a bunch of fat people sitting in like the grass, and he was like, "This is the Western Idaho Fair, dude." And
This is high class
It
living.
was fucking beautiful, and that's what America's really all about.
It really is, being a fat guy sitting in the grass.
When's the last time you went to a fair, bro?
Oh, that's a great question.
I never got a hand job in any of the Ferris wheels or anything either, and I've always regretted that.
Yeah, me neither. Never had any fair romance.
No, never even like a kiss on the Ferris wheel.
No.
None of it.
Well, no one ever wanted to bang me in high school, so.
Yeah. Never got to fucking suck a fart in the haunted house.
No, dude. Nary a fart.
No.
Just in all the mirrors, the funhouse mirrors. Just sucking
Yeah.
farts.
I never got to fucking rub someone's feet in the teacups.
No. Never got to do a ring toss and have someone toss a ring onto your penis.
Never.
Not even once.
Never got to express love to a carny.
Well, I've done that.
Yeah.
Well, that's on the internet.
yeah.
I'm not actually there.
That's just for views.
Yeah, that's
All right.
just that's just my what
That's
my
just
profiles are
just
set for.
clicks. They have this one ride called the Zipper. You ever familiar with the Zipper? It's like a bunch of carts, and it goes around like this, but the carts individually spin as it goes around.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
You know what I
about.
mean?
Yeah,
And I always felt like that would be the funnest one to have sex in.
yeah. Just throwing up while you're.
Yeah, dude, because it's so confined in there, so you can't really hurt yourself.
Do you know what I always really liked? Did you ever do the one where you just get in there and you lean against the wall and it spins really fast
Oh,
and you
fuck
like
yeah.
are stuck to the wall?
Yeah, the Gravtron 2000 or something.
Yeah, I'd always try to like stand up on it, and they'd always get mad at me and
Yeah,
shit.
you can't
They'd be
stand
like, "Don't
up.
do that."
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'm like, "Here's the thing. I'm a
I
little
did that ride
rebellious."
one time,
Yeah,
and then I got sick.
really.
Back to puke, and then I puked.
God, this is a very puke-centric podcast.
Yeah, with
I
my
apologize.
mother. Happy Mother's Day, Mom, friend of the show, and my brother were there, and my brother and I did the ride, and then I got out of the ride, and I was done. I was like, let's go the fuck home. I'm gonna puke. I hated that.
Really?
Like I loved it while I was in there, and then as soon as I got out,
You're
I
like,
was like,
"Whoa."
I feel sick.
Once you quit spinning, you started spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare. So
I've never
done
puked
that.
from a roller coaster. I've never got motion sickness once in my life.
Really?
No, not
So you
once.
should be on the Deadliest Catch then.
Yeah, but I still have drowning in the ocean sickness if I were to fall
You
in
ain't
the
going
ocean.
drown, buddy. Not with that crew you got.
Not with that crew.
They die for you.
Well, they're not gonna jump in. They just jump in after me. They'll just get washed away as well.
Yeah, but that's why you got the Guardians of the Sky, dude.
The Sky Gods.
The Sky Gods. It's Ashton Kutcher in that movie, The Guardian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he'll save you. Did you
Well,
ever watch that movie?
No, is it good?
It's good. I like it, but it's like
Was it him and like Kevin Costner or something?
yeah,
like that?
Kevin Costner. It's got like one of my favorite lines of all time is like Kevin Costner is like the fucking head trainer and he's training all the new people, and Ashton Kutcher's the hot shot fucking
Yeah.
fast ass swimmer, and like everyone's so impressed with how fast he is at swimming. And then one day Kevin Costner was like, all right, today we're just gonna do a record breaking day so that Ashton Kutcher can break all these records and all you guys can shut the fuck up. But while Ashton Kutcher is breaking all the records, Kevin Costner is being like he's like being overly supportive while he's doing it, where it's what's the word I'm looking for?
Patronizing?
Patronizing.
Yes.
He's being very patronizing. He goes, ooh, he's fast. He's good. And I always say that. Ooh, he's fast. He's good. And he's giving him knuckles as he gets out of the water.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, really patronizing, and I love
Mhm.
that fucking.
And Ashton's like, God, why are you so mean to me?
And then and Ashton gets it. He's like, oh, who gives a shit about these fucking awards? This old guy's being mean about it. This is no fun
yeah,
anymore.
you ruined your fun of my record day.
But that movie ends with like, did he or didn't he die? With like
It's
Kevin
one of
Costner.
those. Mm.
It's like he did die, but he's still there. And I heard some people got saved the other weekend, and we don't know who saved him. It's like, fuck you. Just say he died
Right.
or he didn't die.
It's like the end of Inception. It's like, is it wobbling? Is the
Is
little-
it wobbly? Yeah.
the top wobbling or not?
Well, that's where the movie really begins.
Oh, is that the theory?
I guess, dude. Yeah. I
God
don't
damn
know.
it, Christopher Nolan,
Yeah.
you've done it
I
again.
have no idea. But yeah, check out The Guardian if you want. The romance in it between Ashton Kutcher and the lead female is very much like The Sniper between Chris Kyle and that girl.
Oh, Chris Carl.
Yeah, it's very like fucking horseshoed in there. It's like, oh, none of that would ever happen
there's no
in
reason
real life.
for this.
The one in American Sniper is so wild. How he meets his eventual, like, his wife. They play that game at the bar where he goes, all right, let's play a game where every time you ask a question, you got to take a shot. And then she asks like 2 questions, and he's like, that's 2 shots. And then she takes 2 shots, and then he asks a question, and then that's the worst game ever.
Yeah, because you won't remember any of the
again,
answers.
it's a cut to of like her puking outside, and then they get married. And it's like, that's the dumbest game. That would never happen.
And that's what love is, man.
If I walked up to a girl at fucking Schmiggity's and was like, let's play a game. Every time we ask a question, we take a shot. She'd be like, go fuck yourself.
She'd be like, no.
That's not a question.
She's also like, shots are expensive.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's like, all right,
She's
I'm
like,
in
here's
the
one
military.
question.
I'm rich. Yeah.
One question for you, Matt. Why are you talking to me?
Yeah, that's a shot. Take
That's
one.
a shot. And she's like, nope.
I'm not going to take one. Then she'd leave, and I'd be like, all right, well, everything's pretty much the same.
All right, something's popping up on the thing over there.
Ooh, did Biden win? Nope. That's not what that
Biden didn't
is.
win. He didn't win. Anyways, we should wrap this up. We got to get going. We got food to make. It's Fat Boy
So
Sunday,
fucking
baby.
hungry, dude. Fat Boy Sunday, grilled cheese, tomato soups.
Yes, sir. I hope you're celebrating Fat Boy Sunday at home. Thanks for listening, everybody. Also, another shout out to Billo for sponsoring this program.
Thanks, Billo. Love you.
Go to Billo and get yo weed, baby.
I love Billo. Love you guys. Thanks for listening.
Yes. Peace out.
Rain or shine, it's here to make you laugh. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast.